one game. Still got a lot to play for. Still got 9 games left, so we're in a good spot. That's all you can say.
On the broadcast, Chris Collinsworth talked about how you shared that you go to bed at 8 p.m. every night. Can you just tell us a little bit about your weekly process and why going to bed that early or every night is important to what you do on Sundays?
You got to get your sleep to recover. If you want to be your best, you got to sleep to let your body recover to maximize everything you can get out of your athleticism. So, depending on the time of day, I got a routine that every day of the week I go to bed at a certain time.
Have you seen it directly correlate on the field?
I don't know about that. I know the more I sleep, the better my body feels, for sure.
Has that always been the case for you? Or?
No, not necessarily. Definitely since I've been in the NFL.
When a rookie throws for 470 and 5 scores, does that catch every quarterback's eye across the league?
Yeah, he's playing really well. It's always exciting when you got guys that come into the league and play well. I know CJ. I know the kind of guy he is. It doesn't surprise me that he's playing as well as he is. I know he's going to continue to work as hard as he can to maintain that success.
Given what you know about him, is there something that maybe about him and who he is has enabled him to kind of make the transition pretty well so far?
He seems to be a guy that's always dialed in, always wants to learn from people, always wants to get better. We have those combinations. It usually works out for guys.
Did you guys meet?
I've met him a couple times over the years.
When you were coming into the league, what do you think was the best question you asked some of the older guys in terms of that helped you kind of acclimate to the NFL?
I'm not sure if it's any specific question, but just being around guys that do it the right way, that take care of their body right, eat right, sleep right, all that plays into it.
How has your preparation changed, if any, during the course of your career here? Have you decided to do anything a little bit more, a little bit less, differently, or anything?
Yeah, it evolves every year. It evolves every year from the time I was a rookie to now. My routine has changed quite a bit.
You set out your goals for each season. Is winning the MVP a goal of yours?
Yeah, eventually it's tough to, everything has to go right for you to win that award. You usually have to have the best record. A lot of things play into it, so I'd like to win one eventually, but it's not number one on my list for sure.
Joe, did you go into this season back here before the calf injury and everything, expecting to have the best year of your career? And I guess the follow-up to that is now that you're healthy and playing the way you are, do you feel like this can be the best year of your career?
Yeah, I feel like going into every year, that's my goal. Play better than I did the year before. Trending that way, but like I said, still a lot of football left to be played, a lot of plays to play, a lot of games to play, a lot of practices to get better. So that's how we got to take it.
Outside of the running, obviously being better with the injury and everything, what's something you see in your game right now that you feel like is at least a glimpse of kind of what that next level could be?
Yeah, I think everything is trending in the right way. I'm accurate with the football right now. I'm making the right decisions. So happy with how I'm playing. I got to continue to get better.
What's the most important thing to you in an early game script? What do you really want to see early in the game? What do you like?
It depends on the defense you're going against. It depends on the whole team you're going against. A lot plays into it. You want to get a little bit of everything: runs, passes, the whole gamut.
How important is building early completions just for rhythm? Is that a big deal, or is that maybe overrated?
Yeah, you want to get off to a good start. You want to see the ball completed. You want to move the ball down the field. You want to take chances too. You want to take your shots. So it just kind of depends.
What do you think has been making that so effective for you guys this incredible run these last 4 weeks that you're on, these early plays, early drives?
You got to credit to coaching staff. That's the early scripts are it's collaboration, but it all comes down to Zach and Brian that come up with those plays.
How much of accuracy is mechanics and throwing the ball properly and out on time, and how much is feeling really comfortable with what you're seeing on the field?
A lot has to do with mechanics, but a lot has to do with the timing with your receivers, how they run routes, how you expect them to run routes, and that all just comes from practice reps.
Is accuracy God-given, or can it be developed?
You can always get better mechanically. You can always put more work in with your guys to understand how they run routes, so you can always get better at that.
Do you think that's the not talked about part of the calf injury, at least outside? You mentioned the running, of course, but your accuracy and your mechanics, be able to get back to who you are now that you're
Yeah, I
healthy?
didn't feel like that affected me in that way too much. Calf, every year going through the season, you see mechanical deficiencies and you fix them throughout the year. The calf injury was no different. I don't think it really affected me too much.
How important is it for the passing machine to hit so many receivers last week going forward, and the confidence that you have in those guys?
Yeah, I'm confident in all those guys to be able to do their job, and when their opportunities arise, they're going to take advantage of them. That's what this offense is built on. I'm going to see the coverage, and I'm going to put the ball where I think it's supposed to go. Not always going to be right, but I'm going to have the trust in my guys to go make plays.
With Jamar dealing with the back issue throughout the week, what are the conversations like between you and him about whether, being able to play, or kind of what's that dialogue like as he's kind of?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as the week goes. I don't really have an answer.
How unique of a teammate is B.J. Hill, Joe?
Yeah, BJ, he brings a lot of juice every day, that's for sure. He's an energetic guy in the locker room wherever he's at. You're going to know BJ's there. He's a great guy to have on your team.
Is it important, given kind of where the season is, to keep building momentum through the year? You guys have done, had 4 wins, but given kind of what's ahead of y'all, how important is it to make sure that doesn't kind of dissipate as you now, especially get ready for the second round of divisional opponents?
Yeah, you gotta get better every week. You can't lose any days. You gotta get better every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we're on the right track to doing that. We got guys that take practice very seriously, and that's really where it starts.
Jamar had advice for you, obviously, when you were going through the calf. Do you give him any advice? Do you take a wait-and-see approach? Is it different for you to him when he's...
No, he's, let him do his thing. If he feels like he can go, then I'm going to trust him, and if he doesn't, then I'm going to trust him as well. So we'll see as the game gets closer.
What impresses you most about the Texans defense when you watch tape?
Yeah, they're sound. They play hard. Their D-line is disruptive, so it's going to be a challenge for us.
Joe, Ohio State hasn't produced a lot of high-level quarterbacks in the NFL. Justin Fields has kind of had his ups and downs. C.J. Stroud has had a great first year. Does Ohio State claim you as a quarterback in the NFL? Should they?
No, you have to ask them.
Do you feel like they should?
I always say I went to school at Ohio State and I played football at LSU. That's how I think about it.